These women say they didn't know they were being filmed. How? The men that were filming them were wearing smart glasses. I spoke to several women who say this happened to them. They all say they didn't give their consent for the videos to be uploaded online.
This attractive guy approached me and said, you're beautiful, can I talk to you outside for a second? The next morning, I wake up, I check his account, and I am posted. Thank you. I feel like I'm so well right now, so that's nice. And that video has now reached almost 20 million views. It's just so violating.
CNN reached out to the man who posted the video and he didn't reply to a request for comment. There are hundreds of videos like this on social media. Tallulah was in an airport lounge when the same thing happened to her.
There's a difference between me taking my phone and putting it in your face where you're kind of aware that you're being filmed versus meta glasses where you really think you're having a genuine conversation with somebody.
The man who uploaded the video told CNN he spoke to her about it before uploading it. He later took it down. The tech behind smart glasses isn't new, but they've recently become more popular. There are lots of different brands, but the Meta and Ray-Ban model is the most recognizable. In the US, filming in public places where there's no reasonable expectation of privacy isn't illegal, and recording in public places is generally protected under the First Amendment. I reached out to Meta about this concerning trend, and they told me, "We're aware that there are small numbers of users who choose to misuse our products. Unlike smartphones, our glasses have an LED light that activates whenever someone captures content, so it's clear the device is recording."
Hey, what's good, y'all? I'm Kalen, if you didn't know that already, and on this channel, we hold men accountable for the dumb, stupid, and sometimes outright evil things that we do, and today's video, unfortunately, is no exception. Now, there's probably a pretty good chance that you've heard of the Ray-Ban Meta glasses or what people have been doing with them. Now, not all of it is necessarily nefarious, but a lot of it is. And what we're here to talk about specifically is how men are using those same damn glasses to record women without their consent. Because in today's day and age, men are always trying to find different ways to do things without women's consent. And it is just seriously disappointing, gross, and should be illegal. But here we are in the modern world where doing this is unfortunately not a crime. So plenty of men are just getting away with it.
Use a fucking camera. Just buy a normal pair of glasses and stop being a freak. Your phone already has a camera. GoPros exist. There are so many ways that you can vlog, make content, just record for your personal reasons or whatever that don't require a tiny camera that most people won't notice. Oh, but there's a light on the entire time it's recording. The average person is not going to look at a tiny, tiny light on your glasses and be like, oh yeah, I'm being recorded.
Now, obviously, mass surveillance is a big issue in and of itself, and we are being recorded in more ways than ever, and our privacy just pretty much doesn't exist anymore. Now, that's a whole topic for a different video, but I just thought it was something to briefly mention. And what we've been doing with these Meta glasses is absolutely unacceptable. And one of the main ways that men are using them are to do these like stupid little pickup artist videos. Yeah, they've made a comeback. Now, I know they haven't really gone anywhere, but Meta glasses has kind of revived the niche, if you want to call it that, where men are going up to women, asking them out, harassing them, essentially bullying them, just being really fucking annoying. And recording it and then posting it on the internet that same day for millions of people to watch. And it's seriously, it's concerning. It's deeply, deeply concerning. And it has become a viral trend. It's gotten to the point where men are out there even giving advice on how to record more secretively, because as it stands right now, there's a little light that blinks when those Meta glasses are on and recording, and it tells people, makes it very obvious that they're being recorded. And for most people who don't want to be recorded, since they have that knowledge, will turn away and not engage with the person. But you've got goofballs like this telling people exactly how to hide their camera.
If you've got Meta glasses and you don't want people knowing you're recording with this little light right here, I'm about to show you the solution. Highblox actually released these little lens blockers. These are the only ones that actually work. Let me show you how to put them on. So when you take them out of the box, they're gonna have this little adhesive on the back. You're just gonna peel that off just like a sticker. It's super easy to do. And all you're gonna do once you peel that off is just stick this right on the sensor. It has these little gaps that let light in that you don't get that notification to unblock the sensor. So now that I've got the camera to focus, you can kind of see those little gaps in there. It lets light in so that sensor doesn't tell you to unblock it. And now when we start recording, hey Meta, start recording.
I mean, it's already bad enough when you don't have these little worms like him telling people how to hide the camera, because people would have been out there doing this regardless. And now they have a way to make it even less obvious, more inconspicuous, that they're recording people without their knowledge or without their consent, and then posting them online as content. Now, there's quite a handful of examples that we have to look at of people being posted online as content without their knowledge or their consent, because I guess, you know, these type of men just don't believe in consent nowadays. Go figure. Not surprised. And I want to start this off by showing a video that shows exactly what these douchebags are doing. And I mean, you can just tell by this woman's expression that this isn't exactly a favorable development for the manosphere here, but here we are. By the way, you scroll down real quick, this video has 8.4K upvotes. And maybe it's because the guy filming here does actually get kicked out, kind of gets his just desserts. So I don't think these people are necessarily approving of what this dude's been doing. But hopefully that's the case.
Yeah. Time number 2, because I remember talking to both of you last time. Out.
Can I get your number?
Fuck no.
Your number?
No. She got a man. She got a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are meta glasses. Are you recording?
Oh, no.
Okay. All right, just checking.
Excuse me, I thought you
I don't want to hear
were good. Can I get your
No,
number?
nigga, you ugly.
Nope. Let's see if I can win something on bike drop.
2, because I remember talking to both of you last time. Out.
Why?
Because you're recording people, talking, harassing people. I remember talking to you last time because you got the glasses on. Out.
I mean, but we're not
It's
recording
private
though.
property. We have a right to refuse access to anybody legally. So I'm asking you to get out.
Okay.
You guys can either comply or I can call Cobb and they can criminally trespass. So, would you?
I mean, this worm gets what he deserves. He gets kicked out. Now, obviously, this isn't where things are going to end. Obviously, he's just going to go, I don't know, to the next mall or the next business, next location, next public, I don't know, setting, whatever, and continue his harassment campaign, because I guess he has nothing better to do. This is his content. This is what he does. And it's a sad world that we live in, where you got these goofballs getting away with this nonsense. So obviously people are becoming more aware of it, so it's hopefully going to fizzle out very quickly. Because even if they cover up their glasses, like douchebag McGee showed everybody how to do, people are probably going to be able to recognize those big, stocky, bulky things sitting on their face and identify that they're meta glasses and realize exactly what this guy is up to, what he's doing, the shenanigans, and be like, you know what? I will not be participating in your game today. No, thank you, sir. Obviously, he was rejected by seemingly everybody he came in contact with. They wanted nothing to do with his nonsense. So it seems like a good amount of people are not playing into this game, but there are some people who are blissfully unaware, and then they find themselves posted on TikTok on a video with millions of views the next day for some creepy men to enjoy, because this is content that they like to participate in nowadays, which is just, I mean, how pathetic can you get? This is like peak pathetic, in my opinion. I didn't think men like this could get any lower, but here we are. Here we are. I once talked about something briefly. I haven't made like a dedicated video about it, but there's a trend for men doing upskirt pictures or upskirt videos where they would like stalk women at like Walmarts and convenience stores and things like that, and they would like slip their camera underneath their skirts or dresses or something like that and like take pictures or record. A lot of them have been caught and arrested for this, and some jailed temporarily or had charges pressed against them for harassment and things like that. But a lot of them are probably going completely under our noses and, you know, just unnoticed, right? Continuing to do this type of stuff and doing God knows what with the pictures and videos that they take.
A man is being charged with felony peeping after filming up women's skirts at a Target in Greenville, North Carolina. This is honestly the best way to handle men like this. The guy, Thomas Elliott, had been following the woman filming around Target, and she got suspicious, so decided to film him.
Excuse me, what are you doing? No, I just saw you put that underneath her dress. Absolutely you did.
No, ma'am, I really wasn't.
You absolutely did.
Ma'am, I really wasn't. I promise.
Then show me your phone. And you were following me over in the children's section.
Because I have a sister who's pregnant. Ma'am, I really wasn't. I was just trying to look at the books.
No, you weren't.
And that's probably even worse than this, but the difference between those two things is the first one can get you put behind bars and that's good that justice can be served in that case. But this one, people are mostly doing it in public places, and technically what they're doing isn't illegal or a crime, so they can't really be punished for it. So in other words, they just get to record women without their consent, without their knowledge, and then post it online and get millions of views off of it, which is just, it's horrendous. Now, I just want to briefly draw your attention to some more justice being served here. So women in Brussels filmed without their knowledge by men wearing Meta smart glasses. Now, it sounds pretty bad at first, and it is. But I will say this has resulted in those men actually being arrested and charged. So a lot of it is actually going punished in some places where it's not allowed. In this case, in Belgium, people are being punished for this. But here in the United States of America, if you're doing this in public, it's not currently a crime. So people are not being punished, but I thought I'd at least give a little bit of good news that in some places this is not going unpunished, which is good. That's a good thing. Now I want to show you guys some other examples and some responses as well to the Meta glasses, and exactly how people feel about this, knowing that this is happening to them, happening to their community. Spoiler, they don't feel too great about it. They're not real happy about it. Let's put it that way.
You having a good day? I was coming to ask you, are you having a good day?
I'm fine. Do you need something?
Nah, not with that attitude.
Okay.
I'm good. You have a great one.
Why do people with Meta glasses act like we can't see that they're recording us? We can see that you're recording us. And no, you're not going to use me for your content. You're not going to do some content where you go up to a girl and ask her for her number and show how you get women. Immediately no. This girl has on headphones. She does not want to be bothered. It would be one thing if she had an AirPod in one ear but the other ear is exposed, or even with her Beats, she had one ear uncovered. She has on both headphones. She does not want to be bothered, right? And then you come up to her. She already peeps game. It's not that this girl was rude just because she's not attracted to you. You come up to her with a blinking light on your glasses, recording her. She already knows what you're trying to do. You will not make me content. Here's the content. This is the content that I got for you, right? Leave her alone. I feel like Meta glasses, while it's a great invention, it's also a terrible one. I feel like Meta glasses are becoming like just as bad as podcasts. Y'all know during COVID, all the men got podcast mics and started telling us relationship advice, right? Now we got Meta glasses and men are walking around trying to get girls' number and record it so they can show the internet how they got game. Please be serious. Please be serious. We can see you.
I mean, just when you think like we can't get more desperate, right? Just when you think we can't come up with worse ideas, here we are, just finding the absolute worst, dumbest, most ridiculous things that we can possibly do to make women's lives even worse. Like I can't fathom it. Like I really can't. And again, like I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, what we do here on this channel, one of the main things, it's not the only thing, but one of the main things, gotta hold men accountable for the dumb shit that we do. Because if there's not men holding other men accountable, then we're always just gonna keep doing this stuff. Because let's be real, a lot of men, they don't really give a fuck about what women say, or they don't even watch women's content, or what they're actually saying and putting out there in opposition to this type of exploitation, basically. And so a lot of them just live in this little bubble, right? She mentions the podcast bros because they play a big part in this type of misogyny, or this type of exploitation of women, or disregard for women's rights and autonomy, right? They play a big role in that. And a lot of these men are consuming that content on a daily basis, or they're watching these pickup artists, they're watching these dating coaches, the people who are the main proprietors of this type of content. And they're thinking, oh, this is totally normal. This is totally okay. This is a trend. This is content. This is, this is the future. This is what we do out here. And they think of it as an acceptable thing to do, when it is far from. And I feel like genuinely there needs to be more people putting out content in opposition to that type of nonsense and correcting the bad behavior. Because where does it go if this stuff is just left to be unchecked, right? We're already recording women without their consent and posting it online. You got people doing these fucking upskirt videos and pictures and getting away with it a lot of the time. I mean, how much worse does it get? I'll show you, actually. It still involves the Meta glasses, but now we're teetering on truly dangerous and scary scary territory.
Your meta glasses do not give you permission to harass people, okay? This is a follow from the last video that I made that a few comments that I deleted said I was being a little bit dramatic in. No, I saw a video not too long ago of a woman in a subway getting approached by a guy with meta glasses, right? And he asks her for her phone number. She's already on her guard, mind you, because she's a woman alone in a subway. Very dangerous area already, as it is. And he asks her for her phone number. She says no. She says, I'm not interested. She says, leave me alone. She says, I have a boyfriend. You know what he does in response to that is, oh, where's your boyfriend at? I don't see him anywhere. And he gets closer to her. He backs her up against a wall. She's already alone in a subway, and now she's getting backed up against the wall as he's getting closer to her after she's already rejected him. She then punches him, which is very well deserved because that's an act of self-defense after she's made it very adamantly clear that she wants nothing to do with him, and he's continuing to press her. Like, recording people without their consent and without their knowledge is bad enough, because the fact that there's videos and tutorials out there showing you how to record people on your meta glasses without them knowing, because there's a flashing blinking light that you can simply just cover with tape. And that's what these people are doing. Is that not wrong and disturbing to anybody?
No, she's absolutely right. I mean, her hitting this man who's literally basically threatening her, getting in her space, won't leave her alone. That is an act of self-defense. I feel like there's no other way to swing it, other than swinging at his face. But in all seriousness, this is horrible. I feel like, honestly, what I'm really concerned about is like that this does the opposite, right? You know, sometimes when people are being recorded, they act in a way that is, you know, less harmful, less dangerous a lot of the time because they know they're being recorded. I feel like for some men, this is actually going to embolden them because they're going to want to get some sort of response out of you, right? If you're going to reject him, okay, well, maybe he wants some sort of response out of you that validates his power as a man, potentially wants you to feel scared, wants you to be intimidated by him. So this may actually make them even more aggressive and assertive in these situations because they want to see you afraid. They want to have the recording to look back on to be like, look at me having power over this woman in the situation who told me no, but I have the power because I have this recording of her being scared of me because I'm this big, powerful man who you've rejected or whatever, and you can't do that. You can't reject me. I'm the big, scary Giga Chad that runs the show, right? It's fucking sad. I mean, I feel like we're devolving a lot as men in many cases here. Like, we're going back to the Stone Age, the primitive time. The caveman brain is making an appearance here in the big 2026. I said that wrong. See, that's what I'm saying. It's the caveman brain. It's affecting me too. Not in the way that it's affecting some of these other people, but legitimately, what the fuck is going on here? It's so disappointing. Now, I just want to look at this last example that I came across. She experienced this shit herself, and she's got some choice words to say for the goofballs pushing out this type of nonsense.
Meta glasses are an absolute violation to this society. I can't express the level of anger I am feeling right now. The other day, I was having what I thought was a very nice conversation with this guy. Turns out the whole time he was wearing these meta glasses, recording me. I didn't know this at the time. And then I saw them and I said to him, please delete this. I do not want a conversation online. Pretty reasonable request. Well, no, because then he goes and posts the video of me asking him to delete it online. I'm being to blamed. Like, I'm sorry, what? I'm just a woman. I'm in a vulnerable situation. I don't want to be recorded. Is that too much to ask? I swear, these meta glasses should be banned. It's absolutely disgusting what these guys are doing. And if they're recording us in public, imagine where else they're recording us.
I mean, she says that imagine where else like they're recording. Yeah, I would be concerned about that. Seriously. I mean, I don't know exactly where else that would be. I know there's people recording in the gym. Like, for instance, I've heard about, you know, stories about people doing that. So yeah, that's an option for sure. And yeah, the sky really is the limit when it comes to what people will do with these meta glasses, and it's a problem. It's truly a problem. We're gonna look at like a Reddit post as well. But I have one other thing I want to say about her video, and it's that her frustration and the fact that she's so upset with this is completely valid, truly, because now it's gone from like these nice guy types or these alpha male types, or honestly, all different types of these male archetypes that do this type of shit. Now it's gone from this peaceful rejection turn potentially aggressive or vitriolic to posting you online in retaliation for them to get views and validation, possibly. Because now that they've been rejected, they can still use you for something, use you for their own benefit. You know, it's not enough to just simply be rejected and then, you know, call you every slur that they can think of in their little incel brain. That's not enough. Now they can post you online and get some sort of reward for it, essentially, for their interaction with you. Because now you can be used as content for other sad, douchebag, lonely men to be like, yep, look at these crazy women. They're the problem, guys, not us. And now they get that validation from these very sad incel communities. Now, I just want to take a brief look at this post. Meta glasses should be illegal. Just saw an ad for the Kylie Jenner Meta glasses, and as a woman, I truly cannot think of enough pros to outweigh the cons. Outside of applications similar to the Be My Eyes app, allow the blind and visually impaired to receive assistance from people all over the world, and use this for the elderly/disabled, they just seem more dangerous than they're worth. Aside from the obvious privacy issues, I feel as though they're just a way for Meta to normalize involuntary participation in data farming and take advantage of wearers' willingness to record the world around them. Meta's business model revolves entirely around collecting, manipulating, and selling data, so the glasses format just serves as the means to an end. Doesn't matter how innocent the intentions of the wearer are, whatever they capture inputs is being used to improve algorithms and thus tech companies' ability to manipulate our habits, desires, etc. Someone I know has a pair and argued literally as we were having a conversation and they were wearing them, well, if someone doesn't like it, I'll just turn them off or delete the recording, but that doesn't matter. Meta already has that info to do with what they will. Other than general AI's proliferation in our day-to-day lives, Meta glasses and similar devices are the greatest example of technology getting ahead of ethics and reasonable control. Would love to know if anyone has any positive examples how they are necessary or otherwise better than not. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Now, as somebody who is a tech-savvy, tech enjoyer, like, you know, I've got a fucking $3,000 gaming computer right here, you know. I've used VR, like Oculus for gaming and things like that. You know, as somebody who is genuinely an enjoyer of an advancement of technology, a man of science, if you will. You know, I've got a physics degree. I love science. I love the development of it and everything like that, and research and, you know, the advancement of human technology. I'm sitting here and saying no to this tech because I can't think of enough good reasons for this to be used. Now, I honestly, I don't think there needs to necessarily be a worldwide ban on them or something, because unfortunately there is good uses of it, right? Now, I should be saying fortunately, but I'm saying unfortunately because that stops, you know, people from standing together and being like, let's ban, let's put an end to it. Because like, it does help people who are disabled or blind or, you know, things like that, or the elderly. Like it can be used for that benefit. But I feel like there needs to be something put in place to stop people from using it for nefarious reasons, but it's hard to do that without just banning people from having access to this technology. There needs to be some type of regulations. Now, obviously, you can't just say, oh, only blind people or only people with disabilities or only people with, you know, XYZ circumstances can use them. So what is the solution? I don't really know, honestly. But I think there has to be some sort of law, like you can't cover the camera, for instance. Like you have to, if you're going to record, it has to be done with people's consent and their knowledge. So if you go up to somebody, like you have to be showing the blinking light, for instance, if you're recording. And if you have it covered, that should be illegal. You shouldn't be able to cover up that blinking light. You shouldn't be able to just record people without their knowledge. I feel like that's not a crazy take, because otherwise this is going to be used for really, really terrible shit. That's the only way I can see this progressing in the future, is it being used to take advantage of people and continuing to do so. Anyway, that's really all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, if you want more to hear more just like it, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. Watch some of these other videos I got. I'll see you all next time.